goosebumps like he's standing naked inside a meat locker. It's not just because he's never actually been inside a library before, even when he was in high school and it was sort of required. He's shivering because he's afraid of the answer to the question that drove him here, even though he already knows it. Listen, can I ask you something? It's kind of personal, I guess. Of course. Well, see, I live out in the North End, and the people in my neighborhood, my neighbors, they're all telling me that there might be a convicted sex offender living there in the neighborhood. And they tell me that you could just go online to this site that tells you where he's living and all, and they asked me if I'd check it out for them, for the neighborhood. Is it true? Is what true? You know, that you can just go online and it'll tell you where the sex offender lives, even if you don't know his name or anything. Well, let's go see, she says, like he asked her what's the capital of Vermont, and leads the kid across the room to a long table where 6 computers are lined up side by side and no one is using them. She sits down in front of one and does a quick Google search under convicted sex offenders, and up pops the National Sex Offender Registry, which links straight to www.familywatchdog.us. The kid stands at a forward tilt behind her, shifting his weight from one foot to the other. He thinks he should run now, get out of here fast before she clicks again, but something he can't resist, something he knows is coming that is both scary and familiar, keeps him staring over the librarian's shoulder at the screen the same way he used to get held to the screen when cruising pornography sites. The librarian clicks Find Offenders, and then on the new menu hits By Location, and another menu jumps up and asks for the address. You're from Colusa, right? What's your neighborhood zip code? It's, 33135. Any particular street you want to look up? He gives her the name of the street where his mother lives and he used to live, and she types it in and hits search. A pale green map of his street and the surrounding 20 or so blocks appears on the screen. Small red, green, and orange squares are scattered across the neighborhood like bits of confetti. Any particular block? The kid reaches down to the screen and touches the map on the block where he lived his entire life until he enlisted in the army, and where he lived again after he was discharged. A red piece of confetti covers his mother's bungalow and the backyard where he pitched his tent and built Iggy the iguana's outdoor cage. The librarian clicks onto the tiny square, and suddenly the kid is looking at his mugshot, his forlorn, bewildered face, and he feels all over again the shame and humiliation of the night he was booked. There's his full name, first, last, and middle, date of birth, height, weight, his race, color of his eyes and hair, and the details of his crime and conviction. Slowly, the librarian turns in her chair and looks up at the kid's real face, then back at the computerized version. That's you, isn't it? I gotta go, he whispers. I gotta leave. He backs away from the woman, who appears both stunned and saddened, but not at all afraid, which surprises him, and for a few seconds he considers trying to explain how his face and his description and criminal record got there on the computer screen. But there's no way he can explain it to someone like her, a normal person, a lady reference librarian who helps people look up the whereabouts and crimes of people like him. Wait, don't leave. I gotta go, I'm sorry. No kidding, I'm really sorry. Don't be sorry. No, I'm probably not even supposed to be here, he says. In the library, I mean. He turns and walks stiff-legged away, and then as he nears the door, he breaks into a run, and the kid doesn't stop running until he's back up on his bike, heading for the causeway. Like everyone over a certain age, the kid has a name, naturally, but none of his neighbors under the causeway knows it, and he has no intention of giving it out, unless the alternative is getting beat up or cut by one of the more occasionally violent wingnuts living down there. Although violence is not really their thing, or why they're down there. Or unless he's required by law to give his full legal name, which happens often enough to make the kid stash his ID in his right sneaker where he can snatch and deliver it quickly if he needs to prove his age, to buy booze or cigarettes, or if a cop or an officer of the court or a social worker calls for it. Everyone else, the men who live alongside him under the causeway and the waiters and waitresses and the other busboys he works with at the